Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're coming back. Today's tutorial I'm gonna do this baby seal. It's quite big, so it's hard to fit into the frame. It's quite cute in my opinion. Cute face, everything. So we're gonna do step by step, and this time I'm gonna show you how to put everything together, but since I'm doing a lot of mistakes that not showing people, assuming that they know, not this time. So if you're ready, let's begin. I'm gonna put this aside. So for today I'm gonna do it a pink one. So if you're interested, this is yarn dolce. The number is 750. It's a pink color. Here it's about 100 grams, I think. For this whole seal, we're gonna need about 200 grams in total, plus some for the belly side, because the belly is different color. So for the whole body I'm gonna use just pink one, and for the belly I'm gonna use this peach one. This peach one is the same yarn dolce, and the number is 773. We're not gonna use much of that, about 20 gram or something. Also we're gonna need some filler to manage the face. This time I'm gonna use maybe any black yarn, this fine, it's yarn jeans. If you're curious, I don't know the number, but you can find, I think, on eBay or somewhere. It's quite a good one, at least for me. I'm gonna need some scissors, and the hook I'm gonna use, it's number 4 as usually. If you are more comfortable with bigger number, you take 4.5, maximum to 5. I think you don't want them to be too loose, these stitches. So alright, if you're ready, let's begin. Alright guys, so we're gonna start with head, and we're gonna go up to the body. It's combined, so we don't need to sew everything. So take the main color, which color you want to. For me it's pink, how I said, and we're doing a chain of 2 stitches, and from the second stitch from the hook we're doing from the second loop from the hook we're doing 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last 26. Mark your row. I'm not gonna do it yet, but if you want you can do it. And we're doing 6 increases, so that means that 2 stitches in one loop 6 times, and you're going to have 12 stitches. Alright, so I finished these increases. Now we're doing 1 stitch, 1 increase, and like that 6 times, and you're going to have 18 stitches. I'm gonna mark my row here. So we're doing 1 stitch, and the next loop we're doing 1 increase, and like that 5 more times, and you're going to have 18 stitches. Alright guys, so I finished this row with increases. Now the next row we're doing, it's 2 stitches and 1 increase, and like that 6 times again. So we have to do these increases each time. Like now we're doing 2 stitches, 1 increase, and like that 6 times. After that we're doing 3 stitches increase 6 times, 4 stitches increase 6 times. So you're following this pattern up to 7 stitches, 1 increase 6 times, and then you're going to have like 54 stitches. So just one more time I'm gonna repeat. So now we're doing 2 stitches increase, and like that 6 times, and you're doing 3 stitches, 4 stitches increase, 6 stitches increase, 5, and you know, you carry on like that until you're going to have 7 stitches, 1 increase 6 times. and you're going to have 54 stitches. I think you are able to do yourself that, so I'm not gonna show that. Alright guys, so I finished this rows with increases, which the last one was 7 stitches, 1 increase 6 times. So I've got these 54 stitches now. Now we're doing without any changes, 12 rows, 54 stitches, 12 rows up without any changes. Alright guys, so I finished this 12 rows. This is what I have so far. Now we're gonna do 3 rows with decreasing. So we're gonna start this row with 7 stitches, 1 decrease, and like that 6 times. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th one. And decreases we're doing hidden. So you're taking first half of the stitch from the first stitch and the second half another stitch from the second stitch, and we crochet them together, and like that 5 more times till the end of the row. After that we're doing 6 stitches, 1 decrease, and like that 6 times, and the last row will be like 5 stitches, 1 decrease, and like that 6 times. Just to repeat one more time for you who didn't get it. So now we're doing again 7 stitches, 1 decrease 6 times. After that 6 stitches, decrease 6 times, and one more 5 stitches, decrease, and like that 6 times. And then we're gonna meet again. Alright guys, so I did this last row, 5 stitches, 1 decrease 6 times, and now we're gonna put the eyes. The eyes we're putting between the row 13 and 14. So what we're doing, you are here on the back where is your marker, right? So you're going all the up to the other side, and you're counting from the very top where we did these 6 stitches first. So you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So here between 13 and 14 we're inserting the eyes. The distance between them, it's about 9 stitches if I'm not mistaken, but I'm gonna count just one more time for you. 2, 4, 6, yeah, 9 stitches. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 9, and we're inserting here. And this is what we have. So we just secure them with the pin, just like that, and the second one exactly same. That's it. And we're gonna carry on crocheting. Now what we have to do, it's 1 stitch, 1 decrease, and like that 12 times. So we're doing 1 stitch and 1 decrease, and we're doing this 1 stitch, 1 decrease until the end of the row. So you should have 12 decreases here, and then I'm gonna tell you what next. So 1 stitch, 1 decrease, and like that up to the end of the row. Alright guys, so I finished this 1 stitch, 1 decrease, like that 12 times. Forgive me guys, I don't really count my stitches, but for those who does, we should here have 24 stitches. No more, no less, 24. And now what we're doing 2 rows up, 24 stitches without any changes. So 2 rows up. Alright guys, so I finished these 2 rows, 24 stitches, and now what we have to do, we have to do 1 row with increase. So we're doing 3 stitches, 2, 3, and an increase. So 2 stitches in 1 loop, 2 stitches in 1 loop, and like that we have to do 5 more times. 3 stitches, 1 increase, 3 stitches, 1 increase, up to the end of the row. When we finish this row with increases, after that we're doing 2 rows up, 30 stitches. So just to conclude, 3 stitches increase 6 times, and after increases we're doing 2 rows up by 30 stitches, 30 stitches, and we're gonna meet again then. Alright guys, so I finished these 2 rows up by 30 stitches. Now what we're doing, you can fill up already the head with filler. I won't do it because it's not comfortable for me, but you can. The next row we're doing, it's 4 stitches. And the fourth one, and again, 1 increase. So 2 stitches in 1 loop. And like that till the end of the row, 5 more times. After that, we're doing 1 row by 36 stitches. Alright guys, so I finished this 3 stitches increase and 1 row without any changes. 4 stitches increase and 1 row without any changes. I decided I will explain you just because here is the easy part, so I will make it short a bit. Anyway, now we're doing 5 stitches, 1 increase, and like that 6 times, and after that we're doing 1 row without any changes. After we finish this 1 row without any changes, we're doing again row with increases, which is going to be 6 stitches increase 6 times, and then again 1 row without any changes. And the last row, it's going to be 7 stitches increase, and like that 6 times. And then you're going to have 54 stitches, and I will tell you how many rows up to take from there to not confuse you too much. So now we're doing 5 stitches increase, and like that 6 times, and 1 row without any changes. Then you're doing 6 stitches increase and 1 row without any changes, and the last one is 7 stitches, 1 increase 6 times. Alright guys, so I finished this 7 stitches increase, and I have 54 stitches now. Now what we have to do, it's 8 rows up by 54 stitches, with no changes, no nothing, just 8 rows up. And well, I told you to fill up a bit this head if you want to, of course. I won't do that still. At the end I'm gonna fill this one up nicely. So 8 rows up, and later I'm gonna tell you what next. Alright guys, so I finished these 8 rows, and now we're doing just decreasing. So we're doing 7 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and decreases we're doing hidden one. So we're taking first half of the stitch from the first stitch and a second half of the stitch from the second stitch, and we crochet them together in 1 stitch, just like that. And we're doing up to the end of the row 7 stitches decrease. After that we're doing 6 stitches decrease, and like that till the end of the row. And we're doing these decreases like that, decreasing 1 until you're not gonna be left with 6 stitches, and then we're sewing everything together. Meanwhile, when you're doing this decreasing, fill this one good enough, like to give it shape. And yeah, pretty much that's it. So we're doing 7 stitches decrease now till the end of the row. After that 6 stitches decrease, 5 stitches decrease, 4 stitches decrease, 3 stitches decrease, 2 stitches decrease, 1 stitches decrease, 6 decreases, and you're gonna be left with 6 stitches. We're taking the needle and we're sewing everything. We tied everything together. I think you're able to do that yourself, so I'm just not gonna make the video as long as it's pretty good for now, I think. Just funny. Alright, you do it yourself, and we're gonna meet for the next piece. Alright guys, so I finished this body, if I can say like that. This is how it looks so far. So how I said, just the last is 6 stitches, and you sew them together, and you hide everything inside. We're gonna do the tail now. So we're taking the yarn what we did the body, pink one in my case, and we're doing a chain of 4 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4. The second loop from the hook, we're doing 1 increase, so two stitches in one. Now we're doing 1 stitch, and in the last loop we're doing 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one. So now we're doing again 1 stitch from other side. These 4 stitches was to turn around. Now we're doing 1 stitch, and in the last loop right here we're doing 1 increase. Now we should have 10 stitches, so we're doing a marker row, and we're doing 1 row 10 stitches without any changes. All right guys, so next row it's 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're doing 1 increase. Now again the same, 4 stitches, 3 and 4, and again 1 increase. Now we have 12 stitches in the row. Now next row it's 5 stitches, 1 increase, and like that 2 times. So I'm just gonna show you one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 1 increase. And we have to do like that one more time. So basically here is we have to do like 2 increases in each row. So now we did 5 stitches increase like that 2 times, and we have to do like next one 6 stitches increase 2 times, and you get the point. Yeah, so we have to do until you're not gonna have 13 stitches and 2 increases, like 13 stitches increase and 13 stitches increase, and you're going to have 30 stitches. I think you're able to do yourself. So we're doing all these increases until you're not gonna achieve 13 stitches, 1 increase, and like that 2 times. And then I'm gonna explain you what next. Alright guys, so I finished this rows with increases, and I had 30 stitches. So now we have to do again 2 rows with increases, different a bit. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're doing 1 increase. So 2 stitches in 1 loop, and like that we have to do 5 more times. After that we're doing 5 stitches increase, and like that 6 times. So just to conclude, now we're doing 4 stitches increase 6 times. After that we're doing 5 stitches increase 6 times, and you're going to have 42 stitches. Alright guys, so I finished these increases. I have 42 stitches, and now we have to do 3 rows up by 42 stitches without any changes. So 3 rows up. Alright guys, so I finished these 3 rows up by 42 stitches. Now we're doing again 1 row with increases, so 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and increase. Sorry for the noise. And like that we have to do to the end of the row. After we finish this row, we have to do 9 rows up, 48 stitches. So we're doing now 6 stitches increase 5 more times, and after that 9 rows up, 48 stitches. And once we did that, just slip knot. I will show you. So do 6 stitches increase up till the end of the row and 9 rows up. Alright guys, so I finished this 9 rows. So the 9th row I didn't finish till the end, so I roughly stopped here in the middle where I see this, that from the tip you're taking just the middle here. So we're doing a slip knot and we're inserting the hook. You have 2 loops on the hook, and we're not doing another one, just taking straight this loop straight to another, and we're doing 1 more loop. I hope I explained as well as I could. And we're cutting. I suggest you to sew with the same yarn. It's a bit hard, but it's worth it because it's not visible the line that much. So I will give a try at the very least. If not, you can take any white one and just sew it together. But let's give a try with that one. So leave longer. Now what we have to do, the tip of the tail. So if you remember, we start with the 4 loops, a chain of 4. So we're finding this 4 here, right here, and we're inserting right between them like 2 loops, and we're joining with the yarn. So we're taking the color of the body and we're doing 1 loop like that. This is how we join. And now we're doing 6 loops up, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now in the same loop we're doing over the hook, the yarn over the hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we join in the same loop, and we're doing 4 double crochet. I'm not sure it's calling like that, but we're doing 1 time through 2 loops, 2nd time from 2 loops, 3rd time 2 loops, 4th time 2 loops, and we're closing this just like that. Now we're doing 3 double crochet, 2, 3 times yarn over the hook, we're joining in the same stitch, and we're doing 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3. So exactly same, and we're doing 3 double crochet. So 2 loops 1 time, 2 loops 2nd time, 2 loops 3rd time, and we're closing. This is what we have so far. Now in the second, so this was 1 loop from 4, so in the stitch, I mean first stitch from 4, so we're doing in the 2nd stitch, we do 1 double crochet, so the yarn 2 times over the hook, and we're joining the 2nd stitch, and we're doing 1 double crochet, 1, 2, and we're closing. Now we're doing 1 time yarn over the hook, and we're joining in the same loop, and we're doing half double crochet. So we're taking, you have 3 loops on the hook, and through all 3 we're doing like that. And here is our first part. Now we sort of mirroring this first tip, what we did first part. So we're starting in the 3rd stitch, we're taking 1 times over the hook, we're joining here, and we're doing 1 half double crochet, half double crochet. I'm so getting lost in this terminology. Just watch me how I'm doing, just in case. Now we're doing 2 times over the hook in the same loop we're joining, and we're doing double crochet, 2 double crochet, or how it's calling, just like that. Now in the next loop we're doing 3 times yarn over the hook, and the last loop we're joining, and we're doing 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and we're closing this like that. Now we're doing 4 times over the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the same loop we're joining, and we're doing 4 double crochet, or whatever it's calling. Who knows, please let me know in the comments. I will be gladly learn this. Now we're doing a chain of 6 loops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're joining in the same loop again, same stitch, and we're doing 1 slip knot here. If I will be able to. Just like that, and we're doing 1 more extra loop to hold this everything together. So this is what we have so far. It's like a fishtail. Cut the yarn, and we hide everything, and that's it. This is what we have. Now we're gonna leave this aside. We have to do yet ears and these little wings, or how it is. Okay, we're gonna do ears. So ears we're doing simple. I think it's the simplest here. So we're doing a chain of 2 stitches of 2 loops. One, 2. Second loop from the hook, we're doing 6 stitches. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're doing 1 extra loop. This is for turning back, and we're doing 1 stitch, 1 increase, and like that 3 times. 1 stitch, 1 increase, and again 1 stitch, and the last loop we're doing 1 increase. Now we're just gonna join in the same where we did this 1 increase, and we're gonna do 1 slip knot, just like that, and that's it. This is our ear. Do 1 more like that, and we're gonna do the last part, the wings. Again, leave longer. I cut it short for some reason, I don't know why. Leave longer to sew this, or take another yarn and sew it. It's really not big of a deal. Alright guys, so we're gonna do the wings now. I did 1, the second one I'm gonna do with you. So we're starting with a chain of 2 loops as usual, and inside we're doing 6 stitches, so from the second loop of the hook. Rather show you. So 2 loops, and the second loop from the hook we're doing 6 stitches. Okay, so second row, after we did the 6 stitches, we're doing 1 stitch, 1 increase, and like that 3 times. 1 stitch, 1 increase, and again 1 stitch, and the last one increase. Now we have 9 stitches, and we're doing 1 row, 9 stitches. All right, so now we're doing 2 stitches, 1 increase, and like that 3 times. 1, 2, increase, and again 1, 2, increase, and the last one, 1, 2, and the last increase. Remark my row, and we're doing 5 stitches. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one. We're doing increase now. 2 stitches in 1 loop, and again 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and increase again. So the next row, we have to do increases like that, 2 increases each time, each row, up to 10 stitches, increase, and like that 2 times. So now we did 5 stitches increase, the next one is going to be 6 stitches increase 2 times, and like that 7 stitches increase 2 times, 8 stitches increase 2 times, up to when you're gonna have the last row, 10 stitches increase 2 times, and you should have 24 stitches. Once you finish these 24 stitches, I'm gonna explain you later what is. Alright guys, so I finished this rows with increases. The last one was 10 stitches, 2 increases, like that 2 times. Now we have 24 stitches, and what we have to do, we're putting like that, we're folding in 2, and we crochet this both sides together, 12 stitches. So we're taking one side of the wall and the second one, and we're doing a stitch together, and like that up to the end of the row. After we finish that, we have to do 4 rows up, 12 stitches. In case who don't know, by the end of row, each time you're doing 1 extra loop and you're turning around and you're going for 12 stitches. That way you're gonna have all the time 12. So we're doing now up to the end 12 stitches. Now at the end we're doing 1 extra loop, we're turning around, and we're doing 12 stitches, and like that 4 times, each time adding one more loop at the end of the row, and like that 4 rows. I'm sorry if I confused you. Just we need to do 4 rows up after we did these 2 walls together. Maybe I will just show you because I don't want to confuse you. Look, just like that, I finished these 12 stitches. Now we're doing 1 extra loop, we're turning in this side, and we're doing 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the last one 12. Now we are at the end of this row. We're doing again 1 extra loop, and we're going back, and like that we need to do 4 rows. Alright guys, so I finished these 4 rows. Now what we're doing just one more extra loop. We're pulling this a bit longer because we're gonna sew with the same yarn. The hands, just like that, tie it up, and the wing, it's ready. Now you do second one, and we're gonna go to the belly next, the next part, and the last one. Alright guys, so we're gonna do the last part, how I said, the belly. Take the color you choose. For me it's this peach one. I don't have white anymore. I'm sorry, I don't have white anymore, so I decided I will give a try with this peach. Looks quite fun, my match. Okay, let's talk right to business. So we're doing a chain of 7 loops. We're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and second loop from the hook we're doing 6 stitches. Six stitches. Now we're doing 1 extra to turn back, and we're doing 1 increase, so 2 stitches in 1 loop and 4 stitches. And in the last loop we're doing 1 increase. Now again we're doing 1 extra loop, and we crochet 1 row, 8 stitches. Six, 7, and the last one, the 8th one. Now again we're doing an extra loop, and we're doing 1 increase, 1 increase, and 2, 4, 6 stitches. And in the last one we're doing again 1 increase, then we're doing 1 extra loop, and we're doing 1 row without any changes. 12 stitches. So we're doing 1 increase at the end, we're turning back, and we're doing 12 stitches. Alright guys, my bad, there was 10 stitches, not 12. Now I did this 1 row without any changes, 10 stitches, and we're starting again. 1 increase, we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and again 1 increase. Now we're doing 1 row without any changes. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the last one, 12. Again, 1 extra loop, turning back, and we're doing 1 increase, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and again increase. And now we're doing one extra loop, and we have to do 9 rows without any changes. 12, 14 stitches, I think is. I'm sorry, I'm just knowing most of them by heart, so I'm 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, yeah, 14. So we're doing 9 rows without any changes, 14 stitches each time you're turning how we did until now. So one extra loop, turn back and forth, back and forth. So 9 rows like that. Alright guys, so I finished these 9 rows. Now what we're doing one extra loop, we're turning around, and we're starting with one increase, so 2 stitches in one loop. And now we're doing 12 stitches. Eight, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And now we're doing again one increase. Now mark a row if you do so, because I'm getting lost so easily in these rows. So we're doing one extra loop, we're turning around, and now we have to do 18 rows, so 8 rows, 18 by 16 stitches without any changes. And each time to do like this, like we did previously, one extra loop to turn around. So we're doing 18 rows by 16 stitches, and then we're gonna meet again. Alright guys, so how you can see, I finished this 18 rows. Now we're doing decreases, so we're doing one extra loop to turn around, and we're doing one decrease. So decreases we're doing visible, so you're taking one loop from one stitch and another loop from other stitch, and you have 3 loops on the hook, so we crochet them together. And now we're doing 12 stitches. 12 stitches I did, and we're doing again one decrease, 3 loops on the hook, crochet them together. Now we're turning around, one extra loop, and we're doing one row without any changes, 14 stitches. Alright, so I did these 12 stitches. Now again one extra loop, and we're turning around. So we're starting with a decrease, so we're doing one decrease, 10 stitches again. I did these 10 stitches. Now we're doing again one decrease, now we're turning around again, and we're doing 12 stitches. And 12. Again turning around, we're starting with decreasing. So basically, to not show you, because we're gonna repeat exactly the same way we did up to this point. So now we're doing decrease, so we have 12 stitches, so we're doing one decrease, 8 stitches, and decrease, and one row without any changes. So each time we're decreasing here on the corners, and after decrease we're doing one row with no changes, and we're decreasing like that until you're not gonna have decrease, 2 stitches, decrease, and then one row without any changes. I hope I didn't confuse you. So we're doing one decrease in the corners, like 2 decreases, and one row without any fucking change. Alright guys, so I finish all this decreasing and the last 4 stitches. So we're done. We're doing just one more loop. This is gonna be our closing. If you want to sew this on this belly part, if you want to sew with the same yarn, just leave way much longer. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use any fine yarn or something, because it's very chunky, this yarn, and it's hard to do it, especially in the large parts. So that's it. This is what we have so far, and we're gonna assemble everything together and we're done. With crocheting we're done. We just need to assemble that. Alright, see you in a bit then. Alright guys, so how I said, we're gonna start sewing. We're gonna start with the tail. So the tail, we putting, you start counting from the where we close on the bottom of this piece. So we're starting from these 6 stitches. We're counting 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th row you pin down as I did. You see, I have some pins, so I pinned everything around to look nice from front and back, just like that. And we're sewing everything around. Meanwhile, you need to fill this one with filler, quite not too tight but not loose as well. So the most important is bottom half to be a bit flattish. That is gonna give the illusion that is swimming tail. So we're sewing this from in the 4th row. We're starting, and all the way around we're sewing everything and fill this one up. Alright guys, I sewed this part. This is what I have so far. Looks already not bad. Now the next part, which I think it's really important, that we're sewing in this order, otherwise it won't be that even, at least for me, you know. Perhaps I have a little of a problem, so well, anyway, so we're counting from here. We're counting 2 rows down, and we're pinning this one here, just like that. Now you're pulling this one all the way to the head right here, and you pin this one down. Right here. Now if you have more pins, as I do, I like to pin them around like that, just that it's not gonna get moved. So you will have to sew this. So again, count just 2 rows from here down, and you're sewing this, and here it should be like about 3 rows from the head. I don't know, it's hard to, just like that, and pin everything down, and we're sewing this together. I think it's pretty explanatory. I don't need to show you how to sew. So just sew around from here all the way down, and after that we'll sew hands. Alright guys, so I finished this belly part, and so this is how it looks. Now I pin already down these wings. Just I'm gonna tell you how to do it. So we're counting, and here is the beginning where we start sewing. So we're counting 1, 2, you see these lines, yeah, 1 line, 2nd line, and between second and third here is a row. So you starting the wing to pin from here up to the end of here to be in a line straight, so like that. And the second one exactly same, and just we have to sew it with the body together, and these wings will be done. After that we're gonna put ears, and I actually can tell you when ears where to put, so you don't have to well, actually I don't have to go and explain after, it's just taking me. Okay, so the hands I explained, this wing, sorry. Now the ears, we're counting 3 rows up from the eyes, from the middle of the eye, right here. You're counting 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th row, we're pinning the ears. The distance between the ears and the eyes, it's about 5 stitches, 2, 4, 5. So you're pinning right here, just like that. And we gotta sew it here too. And the second one exactly same. So 3 rows up, and in the 4th row, 5 stitches. 5 stitches to the left. We're sewing this here, and after we're gonna manage the face. All right, guys. So I sew everything together. This is how it looks so far. It's already cute. Now we have to manage the face. So we're counting from the belly where we sew this piece. We're counting 8 rows up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in the 8th row, right in the middle, taking from eyes here somewhere, you're doing a knot. Like that. I decided instead of black to do this brownish, because I think the black will be not gonna look good enough for me, so I decided I will do this brown one. But if you want, you can still do the black. So you knot it a couple times, just like that. And now you're inserting right there where we did this knot, and we're taking as much filler as you can with the needle to make it cheeks pop, and we're exiting right in the corner of the eyes here, a little bit closer to the eyes. You have to go. Just like that, and we're entering again on the side of the eye right here, and we're exiting. Take as much filler as you can again. We're exiting somewhere there where we join. If you go like me, like that, a little bit aside, you just can adjust like that. Just go back, and we're pulling this side until we're gonna have some sort of a cheek illusion, just like that. Now again, we're entering a little bit aside, on here aside, and we're exiting on the corner of the eye. Again, take as much filler as you can, and we're exiting right here. Pull it nicely. Now we're going, you can keep with the finger to not get loose. So we're going on this side of the eye again, and we're exiting roughly the same there. If you will be able to. And hold it as tight as you can. Now we're pulling here, and this is what we have so far. you make it nicely like that with your fingers, and you can go a couple times more like that, 1 or 2 times more, in the exact same way. You joining here, exiting here, and the exactly same there, and you should have, it's hard to, a nice shape like that face. So you do that a couple times, and after I'm gonna show you how to do the mustache, eyebrows. Right guys, so I tied these eyes. Now we enter in the same hole here, right here, and we have to exit 4 rows up. I'll be more explicit in a second. So you count from here. Here is our hole, right? And you have one visible row here, so it's counting 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I exit a little bit further. I'm just gonna do like that. It's a long process, I think, too. But in order to be right and nice, yeah, just like that. So we're counting about 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches on this side. You look to be even, because otherwise it's gonna look silly. Just like that. And we need to do a couple times like that until it's not gonna be visible. Here you decide how many times you want to do. Don't tie it up because it's gonna be hidden each time. So a bit loose. Alright guys, this is what I have so far finished. Now mustache. So the mustache, again, we need to enter on the same hole here, and we need to go between the nose and the mouth, like it's 4 stitches here, so go between second and third, about 1 stitch from the nose side, just like that. And you're taking 2 rows up. Here we're gonna make a knot, so you're gonna take 2 rows up and about 3 stitches, just like that. You look how, for you to look nice, it's important that visually for me it looks different, and for you it's gonna look different perhaps. So I'm just gonna tell you roughly how to do this. Now we're taking about, in the same line to be, so we're taking a straight line, we're doing, and we're exiting in the same hole. Don't pull too hard because it's not gonna be visible. Just like that. And again, one more time, 2 rows down, and we're exiting on the other side in the exact same position as we did here. Just like that. And now we're doing on the other side exactly same, from the corner of the nose, and we're starting. Now the last mustache when you're doing this, just exit straight on the corner of the eye, somewhere there, about 2 rows here above the eye. Don't tie it again too much here, it's not gonna be nice. little bit don't like it here. There we go again. Alright guys, so I corrected here because I didn't like it. But now, how I said, you from here you're going straight above the eye, right in the middle, about two rows up from the eye, 1, 2, and now you're taking like 1, 2, 3 stitches aside from the corner of the eye, and you entering straight to the other side in exact same position to be even. Just like that. If you pull too hard, you can just loosen up a bit with the needle. Now exactly same we're doing here. So you need to be right in the middle of the eye, about 2 rows down, right here. One, two. And just like that, the face is ready. Now all these ends we have to hide, and we're done. I will show you in a second how they both look like. I will hide everything and we'll show you. Alright guys, so this is what I have so far. I have hidden already all the ends, and this is her face, and this is his face. They're slightly different in size, I would say, because the yarn is different, so it's always different in size when the yarn is. Don't mind me, I'm just blinking. I hope you enjoyed, guys, to crochet with me today, and if you did so, please leave a comment below. I will be very happy to hear what you think about my creation, if I may say like that. And don't forget to subscribe, it helps me a lot. And see you in the next one.